So last week we brought up Kickstarters. And so I promised that we would talk about some of the weird Kickstarters. I'm very active on Kickstarter.
He is.
I've backed a lot of things, mostly comic books and board games.
And dudes. Sorry.
So you said you've backed some stuff.
Yeah, I've backed quite a few things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winston, nothing?
Nothing.
And I'm pretty sure Christian has. I'm sure he just walked away. But so there have been some really weird things on Kickstarter. And so I kind of wanted to go over a few of the ones that I thought were the weirdest.
Okay.
Now, have you guys heard of potato salad?
Yes, don't get me fucking started on that guy.
The description for this was, I'm making potato salad. And this guy just asked for, his name was Zach Danger Brown, asked for $10 so he could make potato salad. Guess how much money he got?
1.6 million.
No.
It's like 100,000 or 200,000?
No, he got $55,000.
Okay.
But to make potato salad. So he ended up making a bunch of different kinds and giving recipes, and he donated some money to charity and stuff.
Well, he donated most of it to charity,
yeah.
right? That's his only saving grace in this whole
Right, but no,
debacle.
he had nothing wrong with it. He just said, I want $10 to make potato salad.
Sure. What I want to know is how that even got past their moderation, though.
Yeah.
Because that's not really, there's nothing special about it. It wasn't an artistic thing whatsoever. He was just making potato salad.
Potato salad is a fucking art. You didn't go to school in Alabama like I did.
Granted, it's an art form in itself, but under like the guidlines of Kickstarter,
they've got a whole approval process.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but was this at the beginning of Kickstarter?
It was only
but 2 years
Kickstarter
ago.
has been evolving a lot, I think, now.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah. They're a lot different, but I don't know. Christian is you've had one, so
and that brings me to like my concerns with Kickstarter is that I love the idea of crowdfunding. I think it's a great idea. There's tons of people that are out there that have an idea of something that they want to do. They don't have the money. You know, that's a pretty common problem for a lot of people.
Right. Especially artists.
Right. Crowdfunding allows you to not only put the idea out there, see if people are into it, but also find a way of getting those funds. Essentially, you know, if you don't know what crowdfunding is, essentially it's you're looking for fundraising from everyone else. Anyway.
Right.
My problem with it is that too many people use it as a pre-order system. And they essentially say, hey, I'm going to make this. Go ahead and pay me this money and I'll make sure you get a copy once those are people that are already going to do a thing and they're just looking for money beforehand, which, you know, great. There's a whole pre-orders are a thing for a reason. I don't think Kickstarter is the place for that.
Right.
The other problem that I have with it is that it's really easy. There's no checks and balances. Like if you let's say I say, you know, I'm making utter nonsense and I'm like, I need $30 to make utter nonsense and I'll make sure you get a copy, Mark. And then, you know, I make the game and then you never get a copy. Or worse, I spend all the money and all the money gets wasted on like some, you know,
hookers and blow.
Yes, on hookers and blow. And
primarily.
Hey, guess what? No game. Sorry, guys.
Just a bunch of boobs.
I couldn't. I tried really hard, but I couldn't make it happen.
Right.
Like
it's not a guarantee. Kickstarter says it's not a guarantee.
Yeah. So there's nothing there, and I know how easy it is. Like on when I started a clothing line back in like 2011 or something like that, and I asked for money. I think I asked for $1,500 and I got like $1,700. I'm like 95% sure that there's at least one. I know there's at least one person that I never sent a shirt to. And they paid me money, and I just never like I forgot what it was. Where they lived in the UK, and I didn't know how to deal with the like overseas shipping.
Yeah,
and I just remember just never doing it, and they never hit me up. And I was younger, and I just said, okay. Right. And so I know how horrible. I still haunts my dreams. So I know how easy it is to just not get anything. You're relying on somebody. And I feel like if it was more structured, I'd be more willing because I do go on every once in a while and see like, well, that's really cool. That's a cool
there's
game.
a lot of cool stuff on there, like graphing the deliciousness of a chicken burrito.
Oh, I mean that's important work.
That it is.
That's God's
this guy.
work,
The description here was just how delicious is a chicken burrito from my local Chipotle. I will find out and display the answers in a creative presentation.
Oh well, okay. See, now that could be considered art,
No.
I guess.
Fuck off.
nah.
That is something you do, and you put that on YouTube on your own damn dime.
Is he making prints of the graphs and stuff? That's the thing.
I think so, but he asked for $8 so he could buy a chicken burrito.
No, yeah, fuck that. I'm
got-
not about it.
He got $1,000.
Oh.
So what he did is he made a bunch of graphs. He tried different combinations of chicken burritos and graphed all those, and 24 different combinations.
Did he branch out to other Chipotles as well?
I don't know if he did that or not, but he did eat one while skydiving also.
So all right, so I don't.
Okay, that's dumb.
I mean, it's
It's also
We haven't gotten to the
I
best
wouldn't have
ones yet.
thrown money at that by any
Right.
means, but I can understand like how that one was a little bit different than the potato salad guy,
Right,
Because again,
yeah.
we talked potato salad. He just wanted money to buy a potato salad. Kickstarter's not the place for that.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude's like, hey, I want to know how tasty a chicken burrito is. I bet you want to know how tasty a chicken burrito is. If you give me the money to go buy one, I will give you this product of a results.
And I do kind of like that he mixed and matched so you could be like, oh, I want corn on this one, or I don't.
Right.
So you got that.
Couldn't you just go and buy it yourself for that money, though?
That's what I'm saying.
You certainly could.
Like the first potato salad one, it was funny. You
Yeah,
got me there.
right.
This thing, I'm like, okay, these people doing this, and what's more upsetting is these people. All the people who gave money to this after the goal was achieved. Someone's like, I'm gonna give money anyway.
Yeah, because it
Like-
kind of makes a mockery of the whole crowdfunding
It
thing.
does.
It,
Right.
it makes me
Right.
die a little inside when I saw that. I was like, it was like, geez, like this isn't even a real thing, and there's people out here putting their heart and souls into projects, and no one
Right.
gives a shit. And this guy's making a joke, and everyone's throwing money
Well,
at
it's
it.
not so. So
But
what,
at the same time, it's just like $8 that you can throw at something, and it's the audience's money. I mean, it's almost entertainment.
And here's
It
what I
is.
think
That's
is
what
that,
it
is
is.
that it's also they create something like the guy who did that probably saw the potato salad dude was just like, I bet if I do this, some blog somewhere is going to pick it up and then it's
Right.
going to circulate.
Right.
And then I get my 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
And if it goes viral enough people will put money into it.
Well-
I mean, there's money to be made.
Speaking of hookers and blow, I don't. Is the movie on your list? The movie where
No, I don't have a movie on
there
here.
was a movie. It might have been Kickstarter or it might not have been. Anyway, these guys they raised $100,000 to make a movie, and then they said, like a couple months after they raised all the money, by the way, guys, we actually are not making the movie. We ran out of all the money doing really cool things with it. 6 months or a year later or whatever, they come back and go, by the way, here's the trailer for the movie. And that's the plot of the actual movie, is that people crowdfund and they spend all
Really?
their money, and that's what the movie's about. And when I read about it, I was like, that sounds really dumb. And then I watched the trailer. It actually looks pretty good.
I'll have to look into that.
So
That's
it's a
interesting.
big publicity stunt. They took a big gamble with it, telling everyone, hey, we don't actually have the money anymore. We're not making the movie.
Right.
Interesting.
So that kind of reminds me of the whole Casey Neistat Nike video.
Yeah.
Where for those of you who don't know,
Get
Casey
better.
Neistat's
Or,
his boyfriend.
What is it? Better. Something better, right? Do work.
I
don't know.
think it's do more or something like that. Anyway, obviously it's not a very good commercial if I can't think of the branding term. But so Nike came out with their Fuel Band. Have you guys seen this video?
Nah.
No.
Okay, so Nike
Make it count.
Make it count. Are you familiar with Nike Fuel Band?
No.
All right, so Nike Fuel Band was a bracelet that it would track your activity. So like no matter what you're doing, whether you're playing basketball with your friends or you're running, it keeps track of your activity and gives you a score. That score would connect with an application. You could share that application with your friends. You could challenge them, blah, blah, blah. So
Like Fitbit.
like Fitbit. It was before Fitbit was the Nike Fuel. I'm pretty sure it was before Fitbit.
Yeah.
So Nike Fuel Band. Nike gave Casey Neistat, I think it was like $10,000 or maybe even more, to film a commercial for Nike Fuel Band. And he's like, cool. And him and his buddy traveled the world and were like, let's see how far we can get on $10,000. And so he filmed himself like traveling around the world, and like he's got this montage style that he does of him like getting onto a plane, getting into a taxi. Now they're running in Dubai. Now they're skydiving. Now they're jumping into some waterfall. So like all this different thing, and then he like strung all of them together and threw it back at Nike. He was like, "Hey, here's what I did with that money. Hope you're cool with it." And so he essentially was just like, they told me to make a commercial. I went on a vacation for as long as I possibly could.
Wow.
But made a commercial.
But
while
But
he
I
was
ended up
doing
making a commercial out
which
of it.
is the tagline is great for that. Make it count.
Make it count. He made it count.
I do have a
That's
question.
true.
I don't know if you know the answer. Was this Nike or was this the ad agency that does Nike's advertising?
That's a good question.
That I don't know.
'Cause
Probably the advertising.
See,
agency
when I read that, I think I know where you might be going with it. I almost wonder if he just said that, and but that was his pitch all along. Like, hey, I know you guys want me to make this, but why don't you just give me $10,000 and I'll travel around the world? And
Maybe.
I don't know, but
and,
it's cool.
And it'll be like, hey, and then it'll go. Yeah.
I don't know. From studying advertising in school, I know that a lot of agencies know the power of like influencers or whatever the term you want to use, content creators
Right.
on YouTube, because he garners millions.
I don't
of
know
views.
I don't know if he was a content creator, like or like an influencer at that
I mean,
point.
he had
like,
to have somehow to know that Nike knew who he was, or Wyden Kennedy knew who he was.
but that was still like, I mean, he's huge now, but that was still kind of in like his.
That's when he was first blowing up.
Yeah, so it was.
But he's blowing up. That's
I
my
guess,
point.
I guess.
So either way, I think that's dope. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think it's an awesome
That's
story.
good on both Nike / Wyden Kennedy and Casey for that, because he could easily just done it around. He lives in New York, right?
He lives in New York.
Made a cool bunch of running shots of him, running or whatever. But he said, "Let's make this actually dope."
Speaking, have you seen their offices? The one that they have in New York and the one that they have in Los
Who,
Angeles.
Nike?
No, Wyden Kennedy.
No, I know their office that they have in Portland, which is where I wanted to work.
Oh, maybe that's the one. Yeah,
It's
is that the one that has has the nest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the big
it's
nest.
so
That's
nice.
a meeting room.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
a nest?
It's a big bird nest, and it's a meeting room. I'm not sure if that's the one that has a big long table in it. But right when you walk in, it's actually like a Winter Wonderland, but like the forest. There's like a cabin with a bear.
It's
really
it's
weird.
gross. Like Google the pictures if you haven't seen it.
There's
like,
an office tour.
We'll check it
of
out. Let's put a link in the show.
Oh,
notes.
it's
Let's try
so
to
cool.
write that down, Mark, on your little things.
Yeah, I will.
Are you going to touch base on the other forms of crowdfunding as well, or are we just sticking to Kickstarter?
I'm just doing Kickstarter because that's
Okay.
the only one I really know.
Okay.
So would you guys back something stupid to get into the Guinness Book of World Records?
Probably
if it's
not.
$1, maybe.
Yeah,
but
if all
I
you have
really
to put
don't
in was
care,
$1, this guy did the world's largest jock strap. He wanted $850. He got $854.
though. Oh,
He's in the Guinness Book of World Records, though. Plus, probably all those backers are too for supporting it.
okay.
So would you guys do that?
People should do better. stuff with their
Probably
money.
not.
They finally made
and
a
then-
jock strap for me.
I like
Jesus
I
Christ.
like to back board games, but I saw this one. It's called Rockzai.
Right.
And it was literally just a bag of rocks. And the object was to stack all the rocks on top of each other.
and that's
That was it. And
Okay.
it raised over $5,000.
Yeah.
Joke's on him. He's like, get all his rocks in a bag. He's gonna hate
It
his
was
life.
rocks in a bag.
okay.
Yeah. I love the power of it. You can very easily just be like, cool, I've got something here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been tons of stuff that have launched really successfully on Kickstarter. Pebble is obviously
Pebble, yeah.
you can't talk about Kickstarter without talking about Pebble.
That was the first one that
Like
made
1.3
yeah.
million or something like
Is
that.
that the watch?
It was the watch, yeah.
And granted, they were one of the first major players with smartwatches.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Also, Zach Braff's movie that he did. I forget what it was called. That I know that raised. I remember watching that just in the first 24 hours. I was sitting there, and the number just kept going up by tens of thousands of dollars. It was amazing.
And you get other cool things like I think it was just the Mech
Exploding Kittens.
Well,
I think that was like the largest one of all time, the largest Kickstarter. of all
Definitely a
time.
board game, at least.
Yeah.
But to like the thing that we hate about the potato salad and the world's largest jockstrap is it takes away from the things like the Mech Warrior game that
Right.
was up there, where this
Oh.
guy is just like, it's my license. I spent a lot of money to get the license. I love this. I really want to make a game. I think you'll love it too.
Right.
Please help.
Yeah.
And then here's a guy who's very clearly passionate about something and thinks that, this touched my life. I'm sure it touched yours. Let's do this. And they raised money for it.
Did it go through?
Oh, yeah. It went through.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Is it done yet? Is it?
I don't remember. Honestly, I didn't back it because at that time I didn't have a computer to play it on.
See, now that's the only problem I have with not the only problem, but one of the big problems I have with Kickstarter are software developments.
Yep.
Because
Those are-
You can
they
fuck it up
take
so many ways.
forever. I'm still waiting. I backed a couple like 2 years ago. I'm still waiting
Yeah.
for the game to be released.
Do you-
It takes a lot longer with these. Obviously, I get it. They're indie developers.
Yeah.
it takes a long time to develop something when you only have 3, 4, 5 guys programming it,
Right.
instead of a big studio like Bethesda or BioWare or whoever's EA, whatever. But it was funny. They released some update, and they're like, "Hey guys, here's a demo of one tiny little area." Blah 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 blah. And they were so excited about it. And the first comment one of the backers said was, "Project update, 23 months behind." And I was like, "Wow." But yeah, so
I mean, you guys know Dylan. Dylan,
Yeah.
a friend of ours. He posted on his Facebook the other day. He had I was 6 boxes of something with Conan. And apparently it's some Conan board game that was on Kickstarter, and his wife was like, "Happy birthday" from 2 years ago. And I'm like,
Right.
it takes a
Yeah.
while sometimes.
It
yeah.
does. Things get pushed back. I don't back video games for that reason. I had the biggest bad experience I've had was a video game I backed that just never happened. They ran out of money. So I would not back it for gaming.
the only video game I would back is something like the guy who created Monkey Island.
Right.
He
yeah.
started his own company, and he had, I forget what the game was called, but he went through that. He went through Kickstarter for that, and I feel like someone who has that much experience, because he's been in the video game development industry for 20, 30, 40 years, however long he's been a software developer. That I can get behind,
Right.
but like some new indie starter, I'm not going to touch them
Yeah.
ever again. I just can't. I can't do it.
But I have to say, I've had a lot of good experiences with comic books and board games. So
Board games,
I keep backing.
I have all of my board games.
Yeah.
So that I've backed. So.
Yeah, me too. I mean, some of them haven't been as great as I thought they'd be, but
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what's different than buying a game at the store.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing.
You know.
So I still use it.
A couple CDs too that I've backed. I have all of those as well. So
Oh, good.
even though one of the bands broke up right after they did the Kickstarter, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're not a band, but we're still going to give you the CD."
Good on them.
Thanks.
So that just as an example about that Mech Warrior, it's actually BattleTech and
Right.
Mech Warrior. So the guy's name was Jordan Weisman. He was actually the creator of BattleTech, who again, that game came out 5 years ago, 20 years ago, 1984. So old fucking game. And this dude, it was a tabletop game. My very first computer I had, it was a 1987 Hyundai, had a game of Mech Warrior on there. But again, this guy was obviously fucking passionate about it. He's been around for a little bit. He knows what he's doing. They raised $2.5 million.
Good for them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is the game out now?
I think it's out.
I want to.
Or coming out
Mech
soon.
Warrior. Anyways,
Mark,
Yeah.
do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Anybody
That
else?
was about it.
no.